everybody, it's your girl Evie, and I'm back again with another video pertaining to Law and Order SVU. Today, we're going to be talking about Law and Order SVU, my favorite minor characters. I know you guys got some favorite minor characters out there. I know there's some people out there that are just as important to you as Olivia and Finn and Kat and, Carisi and Amanda. However, they play a minor part, but it's so important or made such a difference on you that you, I don't know, that you just love them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite minor characters, and then you can tell me yours in the comments. Now, one was Sister Peg. Y'all remember her? She was a Catholic nun who helped drug addicts and prostitutes, and she sometimes worked with the NYPD and the SVU on particular cases, because she worked with these people, so she knew them. She knew these prostitutes, these addicts, and if something happened, they would go to Sister Peg and ask questions about it. Now, she is accidentally shot and killed, ironically, by the same girl that Elliot Stabler left the SVU for, because Jenna Fox is the one who killed her. You can find that out or see more in the episode Smoked. Now, another person that I think is a minor character but had a big effect on me was Declan. I like to call him Declan, which I hope I'm making the right pronunciation. Declan Murphy. Now, he was a lieutenant assigned to the SVU. When William Lewis escaped from prison, he was an undercover officer, and he also was an undercover officer at an illegal gambling place, which is where he met Amanda. Now, he helps Amanda to keep her job, because when he discovers she's got a bad gambling habit, that can get her fired. Now, it was discovered that she stole a gun. Remember? Like, she was trying to pay off her debt, so they wanted her to get this gun out of evidence. And when she stole the gun, he found out about it, and he helps her to, make sure the gun gets back into the evidence locker and to help pay her debt. Now, you can find out more about that in the episode Gambler's Fallacy. Gambler's Fallacy. Now, he gave Olivia 24-hour detail protection. He's the father of Amanda's baby, one of them, and he took a job as an undercover for one of the largest sex trafficking ring cops in the East because he wants to make a difference. Now, when Olivia was attacked by William Lewis, like I said, he gave her 24-hour protection. He really wanted to protect her, and it wasn't just his relationship with Amanda, but that helped, of course. I really like him. I wish he would come back. Anyway, moving on. Ed Tucker. What can we say about Ed? Man, I was so in love with Ed. I loved Ed because he loved Olivia, and it seemed like Olivia loved him. He was a former internal affairs captain with the NYPD or IAB, and he was very unpopular with SVU because of his job. Now, he believes no one is above suspicion. That's what he believed. When he was investigating Stabler, he thought he killed a suspect in a rape case. You can see the episode Dependent. That's the one when he investigates Stabler, when he thought that he killed a suspect in that rape case. Well, he even investigated Benson, Olivia, when he thought that she leaked a story about a gay football star. Remember that one? Episode is called Closet. Now, because he got sick with brain cancer, we know that he committed suicide after being diagnosed with brain cancer. We know that him and Olivia broke up, but I really feel like that's one regret Olivia has, is that she couldn't live her life with Tucker, because her and Noah and Tucker, they just seem so happy. And I just wonder what happened, And then he ended up getting married with somebody else, and then he ended up, committing suicide. It was so sad. So sad. Anyway, let's move on. Ryan O'Halloran. Y'all remember him. You remember he was the forensic tech who worked for the NYPD, who promoted, he got promoted to a detective. He didn't like it. When other detectives would judge so fast about the evidence, he believed that forensics and DNA would tell it all. And it usually does. He believed in forensic evidence. He managed to get a fingerprint off of a piece of chewed gum that was stuck to a shirt in the case against Deacon Brent. Chewed gum. He got a fingerprint. Come on through forensics. Also, he managed to retrieve a blood sample from a mosquito. Yeah, I said it, a freaking mosquito, to connect Stuckey to the murder of Julia Zimmer. A mosquito, come on. Forensics, yes, for the win. Now, he was tragically killed by his assistant, Stuckey, this guy right here, but he could not stand the way that Stuckey acted. You know, he really didn't like him, that he was his assistant. And ironically, he died, by his hands, because he discovered the evidence against Stuckey that he murdered the attorney, Julia Zimmer. That was tragic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you liked the guy, but you didn't like the guy. But you liked the guy. I don't know. Anyway, Dr. Melinda Warner. Now, we love her. Now, she worked in the Air Force to pay for med school. Did you know that? That she served 2 tours? And she left the military to take care of her daughter. Now, she became the assistant medical examiner for the NYPD. SVU episode Blast, which was in 2000. Then she reached the rank of medical examiner. And I think she replaced Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. Yeah, she is now the chief medical examiner for the NYPD. Now, did you know she was shot before? By a disgruntled mother, a grieving mother in the morgue? Yeah, Sophie Gerard actually shot her. Now, she's the only medical examiner to be featured in the opening credits in the whole series. Yes, a medical examiner to be featured in the open credits. That never happened. That's her, Dr. Melinda Warner. Now, did you know that she's married? And she has a dog named Petey? I know, right? The things we find out. Now, another person that is a minor character but was a major influence on me was Dr. George Huang. And I hope I'm saying that right. Huang or Wang? Huang? I think it was Huang. Anyway, he was the resident psychiatrist for the SVU. He was a firm believer in human rights. He butted heads a lot with Elliot because Elliot hates criminals. Like, he has no compassion. He has no empathy for criminals. He took a criminal to the clinic, this guy, the doctor, and he gave him a drug illegally, and that could have cost him his license. But he was trying to help him. And you can see more about that in the episode Users. The reason for his departure is not really revealed until season 13, in which the episode Father Dearest is where we find out that Dr. Wang returns to the SVU squad just temporarily to aid in an investigation, and then he tells them about his new assignment in Oklahoma City. Wang returns to New York in season 14 in the episode Born Psychopath. Yeah. And he helps the SVU detectives with a case which is involving a young boy who's become increasingly violent towards people close to him. Who do we know that does that? Henry Messner. Okay? Crazy butt. Anyway, he diagnoses the boy with antisocial personality disorder. Call it what it is. He crazy as a loon. Like nuts. And then he makes arrangements to get him in a treatment facility really quickly. As he should, because he was crazy. I miss him. I miss his perspective. I miss his compassion. I miss his empathy. I miss his mental ability to assess people and see the good in them even when they're truly, truly bad. Another person I miss, Peter Stone, the former assistant district attorney for the SVU. Now, he worked as deputy chief of Special Prosecutions Bureau in Cook County of Chicago. And remember in the Chicago Justice? Yeah, season 1 and 13 episodes, he starred in that too. Now, his sister Pamela was murdered in front of his eyes. She was handicapped in some particular capacity, and due to a case that he was working, they took it out on his sister, and she was murdered right in front of his eyes. And that kind of did something to him. It would do something to me. I have sisters. It would do something to me. And he retired. But he left. But anyway, did you guys know that he was forced to retire from the minor leagues of baseball because he tore his elbow ligament. Yeah, that's bad. Like, he was good, and then that happened. You know, he was a special counsel for Barbara during the trial about the baby that we mentioned earlier in the other video. Yeah. Now, he left after the Rob Miller case in SVU Endgame. So anyway, my favorite minor characters are Sister Peg, Declan Murphy, Ed Tucker, Ryan O'Halloran, Dr. Melinda Warner, and Dr. George Huang, and Peter Stone. Yes, I love them all because they play such an integral part in the assisting of SVU. Like, it couldn't have worked if these people didn't fit in and get in where they fit in. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, leave me a comment about your favorite minor player or character. I know you have one. Tell me about it. I would love to know which one is your favorite, because you know what? It might just change my mind about some of my favorites. So I'll be back to you guys with another video. I love you guys. Love you so much. Love talking about all of this with you. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and give me a like. I would appreciate it so much. And you guys, you know what? Law and Order on.